this is a reanimator deck.
It's a reanimator feature, and it also features Stormlines due to the flip.
Stormlines. Okay,
yeah, it's reanimator and Storm.
Yeah,
cool to see that. Definitely has a lot of potential.
Yeah, but 14 cards is also difficult, and it always tells the opponent what you're doing. So mulliganing to Graveyard Hate, pretty strong here. I mean, Azusa has. There are cards in the 99 that do that. The Frillback has Graveyard Interaction, does it not?
Frillback Seeker, yeah, exactly. No, is
And
it
Endurance?
Frillback Seeker? I'm not entirely sure. Some lists don't feature Endurance, but I think they do right now because of the omnipresence of Rogak Tevish. The relevant sideboard cards are Thorn of Amethyst, Trinisphere, Sphere of Resistance. Those are cards that we see much more often these days, that are intentionally included against the Storm matchups. It doesn't help that much against the Reanimator lineup, but here we have the Abstergo whatsoever, which also exiles cards, I think. Cards from the graveyard. Something with Abstergo Entertainment, blah blah blah. Abstergo Entertainment it is.
Which card are you looking at?
What?
You mean the far left one?
Yep. So exile that. No, it has nothing to do. Yeah, you exile your own cards.
No,
but you exile this, and then you can get a historic card back from your graveyard, and then you exile all graveyards. Okay, like this. So not the worst. Opponent is taking away the malevolent rumble. And here we have Vesuva as the second land drop. And I think we have Eye of Eugen, and the other one is a Gemstone Caverns, it seems. Yeah,
Gemstone Cavern. I don't think I have this card yet. The
Abstergo Entertainment? Me neither.
Oh no, I do have it.
Okay. There is the Queen of Lands. Oh, and there's a new, not Richardon port, but Radiant Fountain, right? What is it called? Something with in?
Not sure, but it's a
Adventure.
town.
Adventures in. Adventures in.
Adventurers in.
Here we go.
I mean, Radiant Fountain is a fine card to reprint.
Absolutely.
I think it's good for our singleton formats when they do functional reprints of the
fair cards.
Yeah, fair cards. The cards that sometimes they give a bit of advantage. Sometimes they like in what's the Orzhov commander that gets 2+1/+1 counters when you gain life? Karlov. There's these kind of synergies, and whenever you gain life is a keyword on a bunch of different cards, and
the updated variant of Karlov these days is probably Amalia, which I haven't seen for a while now. So we have Forest, Gemstone Caverns, the Inn, Entertainment, Eye of Eugen, and there's a Green Sun Zenith on top, which Uni cannot cast yet due to not having enough mana. There's no Yavimaya on field or something. So he's missing 2 more mana to go for the prime time, for example. On the other hand, Emet is resolving a Profane Tutor And with the Rich Claw Talisman on field, this looks dangerous, to be fair. There could be a hidden gem
I
in
mean,
Azusa's
yeah, I
hand.
agree. I feel like this is the kind of situation where against a combo deck like this, I would not. Well, I don't know. It might. I think it's probably not correct to risk losing the game for progression when the opponent does not actually do any doesn't progress very well. We have a worldly tutor and a life from the loam. So if he can win here, the coast is clear.
Yeah. The thing is that
What? What?
he, I don't know, it's a bit weird. Like, he revealed the hand. It seemed like the Durus is already resolving, right? But it
Okay.
seems that he
Yeah.
played the tutor in response.
Yeah.
Yeah, searching for the micro spawn. And now we see
Broodlord,
Broodlord
which
combo.
will likely move towards a combo.
Yeah.
He has an exhume in hand.
Good old Broodlord combos. Actually, there was at our German event, I really liked that. There was a guy from the Philippines because he lives and works here, but he comes from Manila, as far as I know. He was playing the 4-mana Planeswalker that searches a dragon card.
Yep.
Shivit? Is it called like this? Let me see.
I have no idea. This is a card that like
CV3, 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 CV3.
it exists in my head.
Yeah, that was the helm of that deck. I think it was really cool. He also played like tendrils and Broodlord combo lines. You know, the +1 is not bad. Creatures can't
Mhm.
attack your planeswalkers unless they pay to life. That gives you some kind of security. Starting with the entertainment again. And we have a Stone of Eric. That's definitely a sideboard card against all the graveyard heavy decks.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I love to see Azusa doing well and having these kinds of cards.
Yeah.
I feel like the matchup isn't great. Mm, I think you just don't really interact on that axis very well.
I mean, there's a reason why the deck is including Trinisphere and all these things, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And looking at his hand, he has a crop rotation, so he could like fake out a little bit. But I mean, when you have a Elvish Reclaimer on board already, crop rotation isn't that good. But oh, this is an interesting hand. He has crop, loam, and Realms Uncharted, and he just found a Yavimaya. It looks like, and that fixes a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, last turn he spent 2 mana to cast the Reclaimer because he had to filter the mana. Now he can probably go for a Realms Uncharted at the end of the turn if the opponent doesn't interact more, and then have the land drops to make Azusa worth it. I wonder if he plays
Bowmaster,
Pit
end
of
of turn
Offerings,
with the.
the one that
Sorry?
I wonder if he plays Pit of Offering, the one that exiles graveyards on enters.
Yes, I'm pretty sure he does.
I mean, I think the 3 mana land, the land that he has in play now, and he had last game, it probably does replace at least the desert that exiles all graveyards. Oh no, this one exiles your graveyards as well. But I mean, it's basically it's probably better to be playing the one that gets back historic spells.
Il a l'air d'avoir Uncharted, surtout, je pense que c'est ça sur quoi il part. Bah, je suis pas forcément d'accord avec toi, le Gira, parce que.
I mean, the Reclaimer can definitely
des comptes sur Uncharted.
do a lot of work here. On the other hand, it's a
What,
creature,
like,
so it's easy to get rid of.
what would the Reclaimer be doing? It's not like he's.
In terms of providing graveyard exile, I mean, he is completely secure right now because there's the entertainment. He cannot activate the entertainment yet, but next turn there is the Stone of Eric, right? So nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I don't think the Reclaimer is. I think the probably the best thing for the Reclaimer to go get if he was to activate it, which I don't think he is.
I'm a bit
Would be like a
disappointed. I'm a bit disappointed, but it might. I would have expected only to bring Flaps to the big stage. That would have been super cool. Like he worked on the frogs for such a long time, and it's such a funky deck.
Yeah,
I can see why, like in a very big meta game, you decide not to go for the deck, but it would be very cool.
yeah. I mean, I think Flubs is also a pretty exhausting deck to play.
That is true, but you know, like Azusa can be exhausting too. Definitely not at the same scale, but
Là, on a l'air de partir
yeah.
sur une pile Urza's Cave avec du coup Tour d'Urza, Nexus. Nexus Planar et puis Eye of Fugin, visiblement. On pourra les récupérer avec Life from the Loam. Et faire plein de mana.
Iced Kiwi, what do you mean with why the preview?
Ça va être joué après pour pouvoir justement en jouer un peu plus. Donc là, ouais, c'est ça. Donc on a Planar, on a la tour, j'imagine.
Not sure what you
Ouais, c'est ça.
referring to.
what you're
Me
saying
neither.
there.
C'est ce qui a été annoncé. Urza's Cave, ok, pour aller plutôt n'importe quel. C'est toujours bien Urza's Cave. La carte, elle est crack broken.
That is a very cool combination, the Planar Nexus and the Urza's Tower.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think he's going to get it together here. I think he might get like the Eye of Urza, or maybe like the Urza's Cave and the Planar Nexus, or the Urza's Cave and the. Oh yeah, that is cool because if he gives him the Planar Nexus and the Urza's Cave, then he has 2 sacks, right? I think you can sack. Urza's Cave sacks a cave, right?
Interesting choice here.
Oh no, you have to sacrifice Urza's Cave.
Yeah, but still, I mean, there's the loam, right? It doesn't matter what you pick.
That's true. I feel like it would have been better to
Cast Azusa up front.
cast Azusa, make a land drop.
Yeah, I think it would have resulted in
make both.
No, it would not have
land
resulted
drops.
in the same result because you have to keep up 2 mana for the stone all the time.
I mean, he could keep. Yeah, I guess for the stone activation, considering that the blue deck probably does play counter spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's like a random force of will hitting you.
Yeah.
You don't want to put the line, the game onto the line. Because
onto the one crop rotation you have.
Exactly, yeah.
When you
because
have
you were a little
strings.
bit too greedy.
Yeah.
En tout cas, il peut faire Oculus tour 6,
On the other hand,
attaquant en discardant et après il fait.
he could go for maybe for the grindy game now.
Ça a pas l'air d'être très bien.
Talking about the Demir player, actually.
Yeah.
Ouais, non, il va pas être bien. C'est Mystery's Village, Mystery's Village, exactement, merci. Le petit village qui permet de rendre les CZ incontrables, notamment. Entre autres, pas que, mais. Enfin, surtout. En fait, du moins, au moins, ils permettent de bien défoncer le match-up avec des contres. Ouais, c'est ça. Tu passes tout, tu peux tout faire incontrable. Alors attention, le vent joue contre nous.
So, what do we see? Was that a tutor or a ritual? I'm not entirely sure. We have a fetch. We're at 6 cards already. 8 more to go to flip the commander. Would be curious to see the list here because
which I think is very unlikely to happen. I think
yes,
even if there is combo potential, I think you still don't allow the flip.
You see, now we are having a look at the optional win condition. And that takes away all the power from the stone, at least. Elvish Reclaimer can do something. But yeah. So now Oni has to fight against 2 different strategies.
I mean, I don't think I think Azusa is still pretty good against this game plan.
Yes, of course, because you have Maze and you have Glacial Chasm and stuff. That's true. But you have to maintain 2 things at the same time.
Yeah.
You have to keep in
make
check
2 land drops here, has 3 mana open.
No, much more, right? That's
It has 6 mana open.
Yeah. Because of the power plant.
So we have a crop, a crucible, and I don't know what the middle card is in his hand.
It's very dark. I can tell that. So for everyone who's wondering, we have the Planar Nexus on field, which grants all the non-basic land types to itself. And that means that the tower is producing 3 because there is... no, it's not the tower. Which is the tower the one that produces 3 or the...
The tower produces 3.
Okay.
And I think these decks only play tower.
I think so too. Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I'm not entirely sure, but you have the tower here, and now the tower. Since there is a power plant and a mine on field, I think
that takes place buried alive. Interesting.
This is such a beautiful addition here of the tower. But I can see if people prefer to play the old versions. So there's a Crucible.
The Crucible is in play. He's being attacked, and I think he's getting Glacial Chasm.
Yeah.
To completely shut down, the avenue of attacking. So he now only has to worry about the combo angle.
Yeah.
And can develop his board.
As long as the combination between Crucible, Azusa is on field, he can keep up the chasm without losing that much life.
Yeah.
Or without losing any life. Like you could decide to always
Interesting
sacrifice
enough,
it.
he could play Hoarding Broodlord here, I think. He has it in his hand. And it has Convoke, so he has 8 mana to cast it.
Right. The question is there a line to go for that can find a win? We have a Cabal Ritual starting with 3 mana. Then we have a Buried Alive. Oh, Oni is left with only 1 mana, but we know about the crop rotation, right? So
Yeah, which can get the Pit of Offerings. So he might have successfully baited him. Yeah. He might have. One thing that this would be a mean thing to do, but to kind of feign that you forgot about Glacial Chasm entering tapped from the Reclaimer.
yeah,
And be like, oh shit, I only had 1 mana left. And then.
I don't think he did that. But there are players that go in that direction.
Yeah.
We've all experienced it. So here we have Sundering Titan, Metamorphosis Fanatic, and Griselbrand.
Sundering Titan is not very good on this board.
Dance of the Dead. There comes the crop rotation. I'm going to get the pit. That takes care of the 3 guys you were just searching for. Imagine it would have been a mental misstep in the waiting room.
That would have been very strong.
That would have probably won the game.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's the pit from Caves of Ixalan. That's what the set was called. Caves. Where does the unmask comes from? That's from the trigger, from the manifest trigger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise he would have played it right away.
Plays all the lands from the graveyard.
Oh, that's Nature's Rhythm?
Casting it
Is it
for
called
X
Nature's
is
Rhythm? I think it's called like this, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So he's casting it for X is 6. Probably getting a Primeval Titan.
Yeah. And then you could recast it right away. Oh no, he's 1 mana short, never mind. So the Abstergo Entertainment is legendary, keep that in mind.
Thinking about Vesuva here.
Yep.
Could go max mana by copying Tower. He's used all his land drops, so he's still banking on the stone to max mana and a shifting woodland. Okay.
Shifting Woodland, in fact, Titan leaves the battlefield, I think. Oh, never mind. Wait, you could actually replay the rhythm, right?
But what would he want to get
Yeah, he
for?
doesn't. It's like it's
Also-
not enough for an Eldrazi.
Also, that taps him out of the stone.
That's true.
Yeah, so we see the Convoke line with the Broodlord.
Azusa pas facile à prendre en main. Non, le deck est dur à prendre en main.
Ouais, c'est sûr.
I don't think he has. Doesn't that there is enough resources? Well, yeah, I don't think it's possible to
La grenouille.
basically manual storm.
I don't think so either. You know, there are only a handful of rituals.
Oh, but with the Gataxian probe,
On va garder probe.
he needs 8 storm to win here.
Yeah.
C'était le tuteur de Broodlord du coup?
Est-ce que c'était. Non, c'était.
Yeah, but afterwards he has no mana left,
Ah,
right?
d'accord.
The remaining
Yeah.
card is Lord of Change and a DT.
There's a Duress, a lot of change. I think
it a
I think
Duress?
it's a Duress.
Alors là, le problème, c'est que voilà, il faut payer les points de vie. C'est
Okay.
clairement mieux.
Oui, je pense.
So it's a beast within. Hmm.
Réussir à copier, c'est trop.
Ouais.
Voilà.
That's
Good to know about that.
it's a weird inclusion. I don't like Beast Within as a card,
Il y a démonique.
especially not in
On entend la chasse d'eau de fou, les gars. Ouais, bah, je suis désolé, malheureusement.
in our format.
On est derrière les toilettes.
Many lists, many Azusa list runners these days, but I can't really tell what's the reason for that.
Peut-être que je. Attends.
Non, je crois. Ça change rien.
I guess this is a reason.
C'est contre le mur, en fait, où ça fait du bruit.
Oh wait,
Could
no,
be due to this. Yeah, but I don't know.
he tapped the
maybe-
port at the end of the turn. Okay.
Et du coup, là, on a accès à combien 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, letting the Chasm die here,
C'est pas mal.
so he can attack with his prime time.
Pas de Jack. Qui est Jack T'as posé sur possession de Toblerone, on est bon. Ah oui, bah ça. La question ne se pose pas.
Interesting match. Very interesting match.
On arrive bientôt aux 400 viewers. Ce qui est très bien. Merci à vous, toutes et à tous.
Ça fait quand même bizarre, hein, 14 mana d'un côté contre 4 de l'autre.
Ah ça, c'est tout le plaisir.
C'est vrai que c'est... Toujours le plaisir.
On a toujours ce Elvish qui, pour l'instant, ne fait pas grand-chose. Merci Mathieu.
On essaye de faire au mieux, en tout cas. Ouais. Est-ce qu'on le rejoue, du coup? Bah, on va être quand même un moment, je pense, obligé de le rejouer. Parce que je pense qu'on présente quand même bien 15 dégâts. Du côté Dial, là, maintenant, avec toutes ces 2-2, on marque. Et le Broodlord. Je sais pas c'est quoi la dernière carte en main. Il peut tutor un Eldrazi, là, avec Ayafugin?
Alors oui, c'est ça. Enfin, une créature incolore.
Ouais,
il lui manquerait... Enfin, derrière, du coup, il lui resterait donc 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 mana. Il n'a pas encore lancé ce tour-ci, je crois bien. Du coup, il va partir sur...
So here is the recast for the Nature's Rhythm, it seems. You know, it's not too attractive to find an Eldrazi with this. Simply because all the on-cast triggers will not trigger. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So currently seems to be 4. I'm not mistaken.
Donc un truc à 4 là.
Un truc à 4. En tout cas, ou alors il a gardé un mana en pool s'il part en chercher.
What?
Yeah, because it costs 4 green to flashback.
What
He
can it
tapped
be?
Il a trouvé.
creature along with it.
Ouais, du coup, il va chercher en pas de farouche. Il va tenter de
Oh.
piquer le board à son adversaire.
Or is it an Eye of Eugen activation? No. Oh, okay. It's the fears, searching for the fears, and then finding Emrakul. That makes sense.
Ah, that's why he puts it face down.
Voler
Okay.
l'éviter. Ça paraît plutôt fort.
Just because I see so many colorless lands. Is there a way to discard Emrakul and pay Madness? Like cast it for Madness?
Well, the
Think
madness
not.
costs 6,
Yeah.
and he only has 4 available right now. Oh, now he has
The
more.
power plant adds 3.
Yeah.
Donc là, on a 4,
Okay.
5, 6, 7,
Oh no, now he just gets to hardcast it. Costs 10, and
Costs 12, right?
what with the Eye of Ugin is in play.
Alright, yeah, never mind. Now getting control of all the creatures is definitely a game changer, I think.
Il y a quelque chose que j'ai pas suivi.
Celui-là a pas de
Ou alors c'est parce que Vezu va copier autre chose que.
Yeah, I think.
Que Tour, mais j'en doute.
Non, il a pas utilisé Eye of Ugin là.
Enfin, il a pas.
If you can find a way
Normalement,
to
ici, il l'a engagé pour faire de mana.
get rid of the Emrakul.
C'est bien d'être près de Et du coup, bah.
And he even still gets to play a bounce land
Ah non, pardon, il s'était peut-être fait
because he still has land drops available.
Il n'y a pas la possibilité de Stifle.
Ouais, ça doit être un truc comme ça.
Oh, he did not attack with the prime time. That's interesting.
Enfin, je pense que là, faut peut-être passer à 3. Surtout qu'il doit pas rester énormément de temps.
I mean, not yet, right?
Guessing
Still,
that's why he's.
Autant la game 1 a été plus
That's why I'm guessing that's why he was thinking for such a long time there. With his hands on the table, he was like, "Oh shit, I passed the turn without attacking."
Enfin, on va attendre de voir déjà si la partie se termine.
Ouais.
Ça fait 40 minutes que la
Or did he No, he replayed the chasm to sack the
On va attendre juste la partie
to play the tower.
yeah.
The second play the
That-
tower.
that
Yeah,
was
okay,
the
never mind.
thing.
Never mind.
assez rapidement.
Now there, at that point, there are so many lands on the field.
C'est le troisième game pour le coup.
Yeah.
Things
He,
start to
he
get
could have
messy.
he could have done it like in between,
Ça vaut peut-être pas le coup de se
but
battre.
then
Après, bon, s'il pense qu'il peut encore partir en...
then the opponent likely would have
Ooh.
traded the Hoarding Broodlord for
Voilà,
How's this
récupérer,
card
the
called?
prime time.
faire des choses à partir de sacrifice.
Um,
Quand même. Donc, même si on
something,
vous rend pas de
something, something, something.
Great. That
Yeah.
helps.
peut-être pas donner ce board, il
Yeah,
a-
I think that's what it's called.
Il a peut-être présenté ce Stifle, donc.
So we're looking at the currency converter. I think that is a sacrifice, Lord of Exchange. I'm a bit curious. I think he just drew another land with this
On serait ici au Canada. Est-ce qu'il y a beaucoup de clauses
because, you know, a
Je ne
toxic
crois
would
pas
have
en avoir vu dans les tableaux.
not really done the job.
Moi, j'en
Je crois pas en avoir vu passer en J2.
Si, si, non.
It would have done the
Ouais,
job,
ouais, il y en a, je crois qu'il y en a, mais
and he goes down to 3.
Ok.
on est un ou deux en tête, mais...
It's a Roiling Dragonstorm.
Alors non,
That's what the card is called.
Hades, il l'a pas oublié.
Roiling
Okay,
Dragon
scooping.
Storm. Yeah, makes sense to concede here.
Ça fait un partout.
A bit hilarious that there is like
Ok.
from a oh, we have the stone again. That's difficult.
Il n'y a pas eu de call judge.
Ah, but there is a stifle
Non, je pense pas. Je pense que c'est
waiting in
installation et tout.
D'accord.
Emmet's hand. So there's the world map,
Ah, ok.
Oui, non, c'est
D'accord.
5 minutes en plus.
a new
10 minutes à
card.
chaque fois que-
Eh ben, je vais,
Ça va faire un quart
je vais
d'heure.
mettre une
I wonder if the
petite-
Stifle is going to hit that fetch land.
I hope that the stifle
Avec
will be kept for the Stone of Eric
6 minutes
activation.
texienne
Yeah.
par la main.
I mean, yes.
Stone of Eric qui est de retour.
I feel like if he plays Hickory Woodlock
La main d'Oni, elle est
and
très,
then
très bien.
like this turn, if he plays Hickory Woodlock,
Ah, zut.
I don't know. I don't know how I would sequence this if I was him.
What do we have here? A Wishlord Talisman, okay. We've seen a previous round that started
Je pense qu'on va essayer de plutôt partir sur un plan storm si on y arrive.
in.
Ah oui, c'est Expedition Map qu'il a en main également.
C'est World Map.
Interesting.
C'est la nouvelle de FF.
Ah ouais, je connais pas du tout celle-là du coup.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
C'est une execution map qui est plus ou moins bien.
So we have the world map
Okay,
played.
elle coûte un peu plus cher que l'Expedition
Now
Map,
could be a window to go off.
un effet similaire.
There's one card left.
Éventuellement chercher un basique.
Ouais.
That's a.
Emet-Selch, LORENTE.
And he has no option. On the other hand, it's a perfect way to slow down your opponent, right? They don't know about your Stifle, and as long as you show some tutors, you play your commander and all that stuff, you force them to keep up those 2 mana.
Yeah.
Sundering Titan hitting the graveyard.
I mean, Thundering Titan is a card that I would just let my opponent reanimate here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You lose a forest. You lose a forest for a.
Yeah. As long as there's no Woobok on field, it's not really
Yeah.
good to reanimate it.
Commencer par jouer Azusa pour voir pour. Ah, après, peut-être tourner autour de Days, ça peut être important.
Bah là, c'est compliqué. Enfin, est-ce qu'il peut faire Azusa?
It's interesting how many command zones there are these days with which you can play these Storm Reanimator variants. All these draw discard things coming up.
Yeah.
So we have a Saga.
Il y a Sylvan's Crying, Nature's Rhythm en main du côté d'Oni.
L'autre carte qu'on a vue tout à l'heure, qui est celle avec, qui est comme un, tu le disais, pardon, j'ai oublié le nom de la carte, mais qui permet de tutor une bête en payant 2 et X, et qui peut se rejouer depuis cimetière avec Harmonize.
Voilà.
Donc là, on va faire. Pourquoi tutor un land?
Decides to go for the Sylvan's Crying right away.
Ça le met en jeu directement.
Non, c'est en main.
En main, celui-là?
Ah non, pardon, tu parles
And still has
Sylvan's Crying, ça le met en main.
the Stone of Eric activation open by popping
C'est ça.
the Crystal Vein.
Yeah.
But that's dangerous.
It is indeed, it is.
Qu'est-ce qu'on peut aller chercher là comme land?
Ayafugin, ça peut être un début de plan, mais on manque peut-être encore un peu de terrain.
Also, it means that you cannot sacrifice the world map end of turn to search for, because you know that would have maybe been the better line, right?
To keep mana open and crack the world map end of turn.
Oh, look, we have a Brian Snoddy signature.
Oh,
24. This looks better than the ones we've seen.
Parce que effectivement, on va commencer à, ça va nous débloquer beaucoup de mana.
A Temple of the False God. Yeah, I mean, it's debatable. Like, this way only gets to search for a land while also keeping up mana for the stone. The other way around, the stone is active, the opponent is likely not going to go through it.
yeah.
Okay, we have a Griselbrand followed by an attack.
Okay. Now we are in stone popping territory eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
Which could be bait. Oh, we're in Wish Claw activating territory.
So the thing is, he's about to go off here because what Oni doesn't know is there is a beautiful Stifle waiting.
Sure.
Cast.
Oni enfin, il va faire un réanimateur. Oni va tenter du coup d'exiler le cimetière et du coup.
That's quite a dramatic.
En aide, le comité voulait à tout prix que le combo brille à la CDF.
outcome, I would say.
Je suis pas d'accord avec
Ixiom?
ça.
Non, parce que déjà, sinon, ils auraient joué combo. Donc, les jeteurs à feuilles,
Stifle.
Et ça va Stifle
Huh.
pour pouvoir.
Et là, c'est le drame. On récupère Griselbrand, on va pouvoir piocher ses
Uh,
cartes. Et on a
and the Griselbrand
Like,
is
I get it,
definitely
but
Et on récupère Griselbrand.
he's out of mana now,
C'est un ressenti. Hein. Bah,
and
oui, je comprends après. Pour le coup, je te rassure, c'est pas.
he's
refilling
just
the
gonna. I
hand
mean,
with
sure,
7 cards.
sure
C'est plus.
is strong,
And he
definitely.
forced, right now Oni doesn't really have like an instant speed option to get rid of more cards from the graveyard unless he uses the talisman to search for a crop rotation or maybe like a direct graveyard exile thing.
On trouve toujours moyen de revenir.
Maybe an Abstergo Entertainment again.
Comme le même avec Barnet.
But then, now Jan has the setup to do some shenanigans next turn. I think
Yeah.
with that play, Oni is under a lot of pressure.
Toujours un archétype qui est assez apprécié par les joueurs. Donc là, ouais, on est obligé de passer en étape de défausse.
Discarding a Swings of Yuthun. Okay, I haven't seen this card for quite some time.
It's been a very long time.
That's the Fact of Fiction on stick. I will just...
I mean, it does add more cards to the graveyard when you reanimate it, which could
Yeah,
be...
and I think it's also considering that your commander wants to have a lot of cards in the graveyard in order to flip.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Okay, yeah.
Like, it increases the graveyard count while still reanimating.
Right.
This might be a deck that we can show on cam. I think it's
Honestly, there are tons of commanders from Final Fantasy we can show on cam, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'll remain to be seen how this stacks up against, there's at least 3 command zones that have this sort of game plan with different commanders. There's there was the Rona, which
there was
taps
Rona. There was how's the Merfolk called? Volar.
Yeah.
Is it called like this?
I'm not sure what it's called, but I
know what
I
I'm
know the one you
talking
mean.
about, right?
That's
This
the
one was
I mean
also
as well.
played with Doomsday, which I think is really cool. Then we had airtie decks that featured much more combo, but it had nothing to do with the Broodlord.
But I feel like that's like an early development of the Ate list, and then eventually players realized, wait, the fair plan or the fair plan plus parallax tides
Par contre, quand tu as des plans combo un peu comme ça, c'est vraiment bien. Parce que tu peux éventuellement
is just good enough.
Sur des capacités ou des choses comme ça.
Et puis il y a toujours, enfin voilà, on connaît tous le plan un peu fetch. Tu peux gagner sur
No,
fetch, mais la problématique étant que quand tu la pioches, ça
I don't know which card you're talking about, but the Merfolk I'm talking about is Vohar, Vodalian Desecrator.
Donc là,
Matus.
Le joueur d'Azusa, faut qu'il sorte de cette situation qui est un peu compliquée avec la réanimation de Griselbrand là. Et il y a vraiment une menace sur le board, le plan construct est plus possible.
That's a creepy artwork.
It is. It's a Phyrexian Merfolk. What did you expect?
Yeah.
So, Griselbrand on field. A temple. There is the Abstergo Entertainment. So he has it in hand even, but... I mean, we've seen a York Will drawn.
We could see it would cost the whole turn and the Hickory Woodlot, but we could see a sacrifice world map for Talongates the Griselbrand to prevent the life gain and drawing stuff. He draws at end of turn.
Okay. Very aggressive.
I don't see why he doesn't do it.
Well, I mean...
Later? And he chooses not to activate the wish claw, which is fine, I guess. Like, I don't want to give the opponent another demonic
another
tutor.
tutor, yeah. So now there is a selection. I mean, you know, currently there is no glacial chasm to the field, so Griselbrand attack will come through.
Il n'est pas allé faire non plus le tutor. Je suppose que du coup il va essayer d'utiliser la map pour aller chercher et quand même peut-être partir sur des constructs.
So both attacking. 9 damage. And we have a draw discard here.
C'est ça.
Je pense que même Monored il fait la tête contre Griselbrand.
Griselbrand, ça plaisante pas trop.
2, 4, 6, 8 cards. 9 cards in graveyard, actually.
Surtout piocher. Il peut tuto Maze of It.
Grizzle Daddy.
Mais
oui, tout à fait.
il aura pas l'avantage.
Back to the booth.
Il aurait peut-être dû le faire justement en craquant sa map.
Luckily, we have this beautiful old bordered variant available.
Ça pourrait être quoi le plan?
I have my one Griselbrand that I've played for a very long time.
5-5.
So very fond of him.
Yeah, it has a signature, right?
With a signature, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was never a big fan of this card, to be fair. Never.
I
Even back
think
then.
flavor-wise, it's a total fail that it's 7 power, 7/7, that for 7 life you draw 7 cards and it costs 8 mana.
That's true.
Um,
Many players
I feel like
complain
7
about
mana
that.
would also be too cheap for the effect, but
On doit avoir des removals, on est chargé. Ça devrait aller.
But still,
So that's very aggressively searching for answers here.
Il a Abstergo d'open. On va peut-être réussir à se protéger comme ça.
Feels like he's drawn half his deck already.
true.
Also, I'm under the impression that he's searching for something specific.
Il n'a pas vraiment de ligne combo.
Because there wasn't a...
Cimetière, du coup, Yann.
He did not do a land drop yet.
Il meurt pas ce tour-ci. Normalement.
Maybe he plays Attack Edge or something in that direction in order to get rid of the entertainment. Not exactly sure.
Yeah.
Also a lot of lands out of 14 cards. That's right, exactly.
Il leur reste...
We see a stock up.
Ouais, ok.
I would be a bit worried about the Wishclaw Talisman on his side.
I mean,
Because, you know, there are 3 types in graveyard already. And we
You
have
mean to
2 to cast like the big Emrakul and just control the turn.
yeah. Which, if you can get him to a, like you can, the Shocklands in play. Okay, so wait, he just
Reanimating the swings, yeah.
the animated happened and they just lit the resolution. I was kind of, yeah, okay. Well, assist.
We have
Assist, remand,
persist,
corpse
corpse dance, remand,
and Lord of
of
Change.
exchange, and a land. Yeah.
Ouais, je pense. Je suis d'accord avec toi.
Lot of change, not exchange.
Yeah.
Through that.
Also interesting, the activating the land to exile graveyards gives him the stone back.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
So we're at how many cards? 6, 7. So we're at 13 cards in graveyard. How does the commander crack? Does it?
Yeah, I'm just checking
triggered
again. I
ability?
wanted to get it back on screen.
At the beginning of your upkeep. Okay. So that's very, very unflexible.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so he griefs the rhythm into the graveyard.
Elle fait quoi la bête qui vient d'être réa? La bête qui vient d'être réa, c'est une 5-6 vol.
Which
Et quand elle arrive en jeu, fait factor fiction.
is okay because it costs more mana, you know, but still not like crazy
And it
good.
also makes it so that if he activates the encampment.
So right now only is one land away from casting Emrakul, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah oui, c'est vrai qu'il peut faire ça, t'as raison.
Oh, never mind. He has the world map activation, so he should be able to.
He has the world map activation, and next turn he will have an enchantment in his graveyard because of the Saga.
C'est ça.
Then it's perfectly enough. Just search for a land. I hope that the demon player is aware of that, because then you have 4 types in graveyard. Makes 9. Currently has 9 mana on board, plus another land drop. There is a dismember. Well, yeah, but no. Doesn't do much. Now even adding creature. I think he doesn't
Yeah, he
see
puts it in graveyard.
He doesn't see the plan.
On va craquer world map et faire une construct. Je crois qu'il va être pour Oni cette game. Ouais.
So that should be GG for Azusa, right? Unless.
Tu as raison, Hades, j'avais pas vu, j'avais oublié qu'avec Wish
Yeah, so he had a Castle Garenberg in hand here.
Then again, we haven't seen any toxic.
I mean, he has the Wish Claw in graveyard again, in play again, so he gets to untap and do anything basically.
Yeah, I think he's going for the big Emrakul.
Il pourrait refaire Dismember et aller chercher Orchid Master en castant depuis le cimetière. Et Emet, c'est au début de l'entretien, je crois, qu'il slip. Oui.
Yep, that's definitely. I mean, it's hard to keep track of what's going on the other side of the table. You already try to find a win with your 99.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just more or less impossible to also keep track of what your opponent is doing, right? Yeah, so here activating the talisman and then going for the big Emmy.
Je pense que Tainted, c'est très délicat pour les plans combos. Parce que tu peux facilement.
So Emrakul costs. Okay, yeah, he just concedes.